Welcome to another Maz Play video. This is MazMojito, and today we're going to be picking up where we left off with Sons of the Forest. Let's get to it. Alright, so where we last left off, we were clearing some trees out so that we can finish building up two structures. We have a tower and we have a cabin. This is going to require quite a few trees. The thunderstorm has rolled in, and as you can see, nightfall has also approached. I wanted to get a temporary camp shelter set up ahead of time so that I can sleep through this, but I don't think I had the materials I needed, or I wasn't just prepared for that. So for now, we're going to do some night chopping. All that purple light you see is just from my lighter because I do not have a flashlight and I do not have a torch. At least I haven't unlocked the skill for a torch yet. So a lot of rain, a lot of chopping, a lot of darkness. Hopefully we don't get any cannibals to come interrupt our progress. And we're just going to keep working throughout the night. Okay, so as we see, we have a cannibal hanging out by our construction site with the white tape. I'm of the notion where I'm not going to mess with the cannibals unless they're messing with me and Kelvin. So we're going to keep moving it along. It's a lot of resource gathering, as you can see from the past, say 5 or 6 minutes so a video. A lot of tree chopping. These construction sites take a ton of logs, so you will find yourself in Sons of Forest spending, I will say, 80% of your time just chopping trees, especially when you're first starting off with a new base. But the cannibals really don't become too much of an annoyance until later in the game when you really start getting geared up. Um, Thankfully, being that it is so dark and I don't have proper lighting around here, they're not really harassing us too much. They are keeping an eye on us, but I think the game probably has a little bit of AI where I notice, at least with the guys that crawl on the ground, if you kill them, they tend to remember and then they become a lot more aggressive and trying to attack you whenever they see you. But I have not killed any of those guys. In fact, the ones that have died have been through drownings, and I had nothing to do with that. So far, the cannibals and the crawling dudes, no one has attacked us. No one has bothered us. They do scare Kelvin a bit because he does take a break and point at him and gets a little nervous. But for me, I just keep it moving. I don't stop unless they hit me with a club or something that's going to take my energy down. I'm not even going to pay them any mind. I'll give them their distance, but I'm not going to pay them any mind. And we're just going to keep going with trying to fill in these white silhouettes of the buildings, which basically means a whole lot of deforestation, taking down all these trees and doing it in pitch black darkness, unfortunately, with a purple hand lighter as my only source of light. All the grunting and yelling, I also will ignore that because, like I said, if they're not attacking us, I'm not going to bother them. So we're going to keep it moving as usual. Going to keep my comments to a limit and speak on any unique situations that pop up other than me just chopping trees and taking them over to the building sites. Okay, so one thing I am going to do is build a campsite. So it takes a couple of large stones. I do have a tarp on me. I just have to flip to the book because it's been a while since I played this game and I'm trying to remember how to make a tent. But if I can at least do this basic tent and a fire next to it, I can at least kind of fast forward the night sequence and chop trees during the bright daylight. So I'm gonna flip through the book and see if I can find the page and get the diagram on the ground so that I can put the right pieces. And plus, it's starting to give me messages that I'm tired. All my indicators are blinking red. Thirsty, hungry, tired. So definitely need to transition to the daytime so I can also have Kelvin do a little fishing and get a campfire going and start filling up my hunger and my thirst meters. I think I can just drink straight out of the water since it's coming down a stream. But that is my priority right now. So we're going to go through the motions and open up our backpack and make sure we place the right components down. I think it's just like big stone sticks and a tarp, and then get it going from there. All right, so we got our fire started. We got our tent somewhat put together. We also have the sun starting to come up, so sleeping to speed up the daytime is probably not going to help too much. However, I will drop a save right there and might as well go ahead and sleep. And now we are at full daylight, which should make it a lot easier to do some fishing. My food and water levels are still flashing red, as well as my fatigue level with the moon signal symbol. So we're gonna keep on with the construction sites, but at the same time I'm going to eventually stop and take a break to get some fish and get some food cooked up for me, so that I won't have stamina and low health problems, as you can see on my bar there. So we got poor Kelvin here, slept on the boulder there. He's still kind of bleeding, but that doesn't look comfortable at all. Looks like he probably had a rough night of sleeping. So I'm going to give him some instructions. And I think what I need to have him do is he can either help me finish building these buildings, or he can go get some fish. And I'm just trying to remember where to find that at. But for now, he's gonna pretty much go on autopilot and continue where he left off, which is picking up the logs and building the buildings. The cannibals seem to have left because I don't hear them and I don't see them jumping from tree to tree. I don't see the big white skeleton tattoo or face paint on them. I'm going to build a little bridge here because that's just going to help us jump from the different sides of the river, the waterfall going down, and maybe from there we'll also have a really nice vantage point of the valley below where the waterfall and the river is running. So this is going to take quite a while, just like it will for the tower and the house, and it's going to take quite a few trees. So that's going to be our focus, and that's what majority of the video is probably going to be, which is showing me and Kelvin getting all the resources we need. right, so one of the other things I want to do is definitely get my shortcuts lined up and stick them on the back of my backpack, so I kind of like have a quick way to get to the different things. I do need a spear because that is a really good weapon in this game to keep all the cannibals at bay and at a distance. So that's gonna go on the back of my on the side of my backpack, and then I should be able to quickly grab it when I'm out in the field and I need to defend myself. Okay, so it looks like Kelvin finished the cabin. He's no longer bringing logs to the cabin. He's now bringing it up to the tower. I don't see any cannibals in sight. There's still plenty of... Oh, there's one. And he seems to be keeping his distance, jumping from tree to tree, but he hasn't come over to attack Kelvin. He hasn't come over to attack me. However, he is freaking Kelvin out a little bit because Kelvin stopped working. I think Kelvin went to the other side of the river to chop some trees down just because that guy is kind of creeping him out. But for me, I'm going to keep it moving. I'm not going to even react to the guy unless he bothers me. And then it's pretty much, I'm going to take this axe and, you know, not only chop some trees, but make sure that guy doesn't bother me or Kelvin anymore. But they can walk around. They can hoot and holler. They can jump on trees. As long as they don't hit us with their bone clubs or whatever other weapons they're using, everything will be okay. So hopefully Kelvin calms down enough where he can get back to work. At this point, this is going to be where we put a bookmark in the video. A lot more trees to chop, a lot more buildings to fill in, but we'll get to that in the next video. So as always, I'd like to thank you for taking the time to watch my videos. Please remember to leave a like, comment, and subscribe because it really helps out the channel. And we will see you in the next video.